That's real.
Tough.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Alright, fuck One Piece. I don't fuck with One Piece at all.
Preach.
I tried. Everybody knows I tried. I read 800 chapters.
Oh, you tripping, bro.
Damn.
I tried. I couldn't. I don't fuck with
That's the
pirates.
R word?
Yeah,
The artwork is dark.
Garbage.
Trash.
Long leg, fat head,
Lanky ass.
Well, goofy looking ass.
eye body ass drawing, man.
Tootsie Pop looking ass.
I can't stand One Piece, bro. Literally, One Piece is beneath Dragon Ball Super 4.
Damn, it's
Is it
I'll
below
take
Bleach?
it. I'll take it.
It's below Bleach?
For me, yes.
Oh, Bleach the show.
She got everything, cause she bang with us. Hook her on the team, bang. She a little button for the cameras. We got everything that you need.
Alright, everybody got their things recording?
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
Yep.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm straight.
Alright. No, you got suck. 1, 2, 3.
Hey.
Alright, welcome to the Decent Podcast. I always introduce these interviews weird. This is like our third interview. Mr. Good Guy, aka MGG, and I'm joined here by my co-host and our guest, who will introduce themselves starting right now.
Oh, I gotta do myself.
Yeah, we're gonna let the guys go first.
Damn. Okay.
Ladies first. No.
Oh, shit.
Hey.
I'm Raven.
Hey, Raven.
Hey. I'm just here to talk about anime and shit. I don't know. What?
Yeah,
That's so
Alright.
lame.
No, I don't fuck with the Raven Simone.
We had to take it there.
All right.
That's political.
Raven T Titan shirt.
Hey,
That was a good answer. Anybody else want to
Oh,
introduce
my
themselves?
bad. I'm player 5. Hey, I'm here, everybody.
Yo, it's Cozmic. What's good, everybody?
Hey yo, it's Jugguh. Been a minute, but what's up, people?
I'm telling you, the ghost of Christmas past is here,
New
man.
challenger has arrived.
It's been a long time. You don't have to do a story time in the episode, bro, about what happened to you. Why?
Yo, how long has it been? You've been gone for like, what?
There's been a lot of
I had to go to the mountains for that gap year, dude. I was training.
True.
Alright, so got some questions for Raven. I mean, you could just start off introducing yourself, telling us who you are. You kind of already say your name, but
Okay.
you can tell us more about, Here, I'll lead with the question. What got you started in, like, anime and manga? Or anime, whatever. What was your first one?
I guess I first got interested in anime when I was like around like 5th or 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Took the school bus home. It was like I was like one of the few girls on the bus with just a bunch of boys, and they'd be playing like
Sounds about right.
they would play like Yu-Gi-Oh cards and like fake Dragon Ball Z fight each other, and I had no idea what they were doing.
Fake Dragon Ball Z fights? I never used to do that shit on the bus, though. That was at the crib. You said that shit at the crib.
They were doing on the bus, and I'm like, well, shit, it's just like. It's like 8 of us on this long ass bus, and I'm like the only girl. So I'm like, what's going on? So they would tell me, they try to teach me how to play Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but it's kind of hard when you ain't got cards. So,
That's very true. This is true. This is true.
You know, just turning shit sideways and what the fuck this means. Anyway.
Yeah.
So they told me about like, I don't know, DBZ and all that kind of stuff, but I just was like, all right. So I went home one day and I turned on Toonami back when it came on in the daytime.
Right.
And I just watched it from beginning to end. What did it start with? It started with Sailor Moon, ended with DBZ.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was watching Yu Yu Hakusho and like Dragon Ball and then Dragon Ball Z, and then I'm like, oh, I get it. So
I get it.
And so I would come back the next day and be like, come on, bitch, like, you know, what I'm doing with that.
All the boys coming.
So yeah, and it just kind of snowballed from there. I kept watching the shows, and then like the first manga I read was it's back when they turned Kingdom Hearts into a manga. I would borrow my friends.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
Why'd you read that?
Huh?
Why'd you read that?
Why?
Yeah.
That's my favorite series. Like,
No, I mean, I like Kingdom Hearts, but I feel like the manga is just like, you played the games already.
I did
Isn't
play
it
the
just-
game.
Oh, you didn't play the
I
games.
didn't play the
at that
first
time.
one. I started with
you didn't play the
I
first
started
one.
with Chain of Memories.
Alright, then ignore everything I said. I thought you
Yeah.
played the games and it was like, oh,
No,
I'm gonna
I
read this
started late.
manga that tells you the exact
Nah,
same thing
I
already
started
did.
late. I started late because I didn't
Okay.
have a PS. I didn't have it. I didn't have a game.
Gotcha.
So that's like I borrowed a friend's Kingdom Hearts manga, and then after that, I started going to Borders like every week, and I started reading Fruits Baskets. And don't shut up. I got up to like volume 24.
God.
That's a lot of money for a sixth grader to spend it. Oh,
My sister used to get those from the library all the time. My
nah,
little sister.
I bought them home because it
I tried reading it.
would smell like paper and coffee. I did. I still got them.
Yep.
Oh, God.
It smelled like paper and coffee still to this day. I
Yeah.
took good care of
Does
it.
a lion Zodiac guy still look like a cat?
Does he still look like a cat?
Yeah, that was my biggest gripe.
Lion
with my gripe with Fruit Baskets was that all the animals in there were like cutesy versions of what they actually were. So it was like Taurus, and then he was like a cow. And then I guess the main character dude is like a cute cat or something.
Right?
Like he turns to cat. I didn't like that he looked like cat. I was like, where's these lions at? Where's my
There's
aggressive
no lion in the
Shounen fights?
Zodiac. There's no what is-
Tiger or something, right? There's no
There
cat in the
was a
Zodiac, bro.
tiger.
Yeah, that was the guy that turned to a
There
cat.
was no, that's the whole premise of the story is that the 13th animal, which was him, didn't win the race and didn't make it in time. That's why he's
So
like
he-
the outcast of the family. You
And
just
that's why
read the
he's
book.
why he's a cat instead of a lion.
She told you to read
There
it.
was no what lion? It was a cat. Read it. Go Wikipedia.
There's no cats in Zodiac.
That's the point.
You ain't listening.
Anyways, you're scared.
Anyway,
Fruit Baskets is garbage. But
you.
what? I'm sorry. We do have a guest here. Fruit Baskets.
Try to like
Fruit
flame up.
Baskets was.
Alright, we talk about your face. Just wait. Alright,
We
chill.
won't.
Anyway, that's how I got into it. Fruits Basket was the shit that like segued me into like this world of anime, and since then I've just been like trying to take in as much as I could, you know. Yeah, that's.
So, what was your favorite?
I don't have a favorite. I just like I know what I like. I just
No.
You got like a top top 3?
like anime.
Yeah. We can go anime. We can go manga too. This is manga centric.
Manga centric. I don't be reading books no more nowadays.
All right. So then go anime.
That reading shit hard, especially when the be all thick, you know.
Yeah.
Books anyway. That was a joke. That was a Blue Notes reference, but that's fine. Anyway.
I didn't hear like half of the joke. That's why I didn't laugh.
That's
Sorry.
Never mind. Okay.
All right.
It's awkward.
I'm sorry.
No, it was definitely my fault for that.
I guess my top 3. I don't know. Like I really like Anohana.
Okay. I think you mentioned before. Mhm.
I like.
What is it? You gotta give me and the viewers
Okay.
I
background.
don't know what that is.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Anohana, that's like the abbreviation of the title. I don't remember what the full Japanese title was, but it was like I remember the name of the flower from that day. And
Sounds like a love thing.
it's more like a coming of age type story.
Okay.
It's definitely a lot of emotion. Like I cried thug tears watching it. I told people about it. They were like, "Damn, I wasn't prepared for this." But it's just kind of like kids from childhood friends. They go through a traumatic event and they go their separate ways, and they're brought together by this like weird event to try to, I don't know, kind of rehash rehash the past and kind of get past the difficulties and stuff that they've been holding on for like the past like decade.
Okay.
So I don't want to say too much, but it's really good. Like it sounds like some like cutesy shit, but it gets heavy. It gets real heavy. It's like some relatable shit. Like if you got a friend and you ain't talk to him because you know you got some beef,
Yeah.
it makes you think about that friend. Like, damn, should I call him? I don't know. It's good. It's good. Anohana. I really like. I like FLCL. Like that was
Fully, fully.
Yeah, that was that show that
I'm bringing that back.
they are. I didn't know I needed it until they said they were bringing it back, and I was like, all right, cool, yeah. But you know, I fuck with the show. It's like I think when I first saw it as a kid, I didn't like understand it at first. I thought it was just some
I still don't.
gibberish. But then I kept watching it every time because every few months they would always bring it back.
Yeah, on Adult Swim.
But the more I watched it as I got older, I was like, damn, that's an actual plot. There's an actual story here.
Word?
Like it was wild. Yeah.
I gotta rewatch it. Though I think I never made it through all of those episodes.
It's 6 episodes.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. That's why I always find it funny because it's only 6 episodes.
No, I'm right with you, man.
Yeah.
Like I got introduced to it way too early, so after that I was like,
It took me about 3 watch throughs before I got it.
Before you appreciate it.
Because I watched it like too young, then it came back and I was like, oh, okay.
I'll try it one more time.
And then one more time I was like, okay, I get it. I'm like, so you're just like an intergalactic pirate? Like what? What's going on?
Hey, spoiler alert. I mean, I don't give.
I mean,
If you ain't watched it now, that's on you.
Hey, look, man. I just remember the part where that thing grew out his head.
Yeah.
That's like everywhere. That's
starts with a pimple, then a robot.
Yeah, I'm like, huh?
it all comes together. It just seems like a lot of gibberish at first and like a lot of energy and weirdness, but like once you listen and really hear it, it's like wow, they put thought into this shit. Like they really put some thought, and also the animation is like great.
Yes,
It's great. Another one, I guess my third that I really like. I guess I'll do something. It's a tie, I guess. These are the two that come to my head. Is Angel Beats and Darker Than Black that I keep talking about.
Fuck with Darker Than Black.
Thank you.
She been waiting to hear that.
She's
She's been waiting for someone to say that.
Hey,
I
once
haven't
niggas
watched
started
it yet.
chewing on cigarettes, I was good. They convinced me with all that.
Darker Than Black is dope.
Yeah.
Darker Than Black was dope, and anyone fight me, right? If you fuck with my hero and you don't fuck with Darker Than Black, you don't love yourself. I'm sorry.
Start the shit.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm just saying.
Start the shit.
Ooh,
I can ride that
Yeah.
wave.
but shit. You know what? It's 3-way tie. Darker Than Black.
My hero's in it?
No. Dot Hack Sign.
Okay.
No.
I fuck. Oh, his favorite.
I never got it.
Online. You know what I mean?
Are you joking? Are you joking? That show is garbage. That show is hot garbage.
Hey man, if you don't like Dot Hack, then you must like Sword Nerd.
No, or I just don't like either one of those shows.
Ain't no in between.
I don't like the video game teams. The only one that I found that I actually liked was Overlord. That was it.
Oh,
That was the one that I felt like did it well. Other than that, I was like, y'all talk too much about the game. Like, I'd rather just play the game, bro.
I don't know about
I
that.
don't need to know all the rules.
My last one, and I'm done for real. I'm sorry. Angel Beats.
Angel Beats, I don't know
I know people who watch
about.
Angel Beats.
What is it? Like,
I hear feelings.
It's about some little ass kids playing music, but they like dead too or some shit. Like
dead also?
Ain't they? Don't they got a rock band?
They dead
They
also?
low key got a rock
There was a
band,
rock band, but they weren't like side characters.
but they got a rock band.
There
though.
was one, but that's not the story.
It ain't the story, but it's part of
There
it
was
though.
3 characters. They were nameless characters. They just happened to have a rock band.
Yeah, but they played music like every day.
They did.
They was the popular
But
kids.
that wasn't what it was about. They did, yeah, but it was funny.
It's some mystery shit, ain't it?
It was funny, and then also it was kind of emotional near the end. That's what I'm saying.
Emotional.
Yeah.
There's an argument, but you know,
Alright, that's
cool.
fine. I'm ready to fight.
I ain't gonna
That's
go
it.
there.
She's standing on this top 3. She's standing on her top 3. All right.
That's like top 6. I'm sorry. I'm done.
Nah, that was good. I was gonna ask what genre is your favorite, but that's like math. Graham's special question is: if you could be any superhero or anime character, who would you choose to be?
That's hard. I thought about that earlier today. I was Raven from Hawk for Halloween, not Simone.
Oh yeah, I was like, what other Raven is there? And then I was like,
You weren't Raven Simone? Like,
I mean,
because I thought like, what other Raven is there? And I was
There
like,
was a
oh.
Simone reference before y'all started recording. I feel like I need to clarify. But yeah, like I don't know. She's cool. Like I feel like she's relatable in a sense where it's like she's
Yeah, because everyone can relate to Satan being your dad.
But you gotta get past that point first.
I had to squeeze that joke in there. I just had to squeeze that joke. You just left it open for that. I was like, she's relatable. I'm like, yeah, because every teenage girl has seen that's her father. But anyways,
I mean, if you can't say that's your father, you would be kind of just like
fucked up too, yeah.
Yeah, I was not fucked up.
She got fucked. Raven's fucked up. She's fucked up.
And she has some baggage.
She's very tame for. She should be way more fucked up. So I give her a lot of
But
credit.
that's what I'm saying. Like, she keeps it together, and that's what I always try to be. Like, regardless of what's going on, I try to keep it together. Like, I told you some the story about when motherfuckers got me fucked up,
Yeah.
and how I didn't go in on ass. I kept it together.
That's some
Like
Raven.
Raven. Everyone should be more like Raven.
I could.
I don't know about her.
Right? See?
They're like,
But
whenever
she's
you think,
relatable.
Hold on, but she not saying for everybody.
You see, she keeps it together.
Right.
She keeps it together. That's why I like her, and also my favorite color is purple. And we have the same name.
Interesting.
Solid reason.
No superheroes are my first name. But, no, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I just like her. I like her.
I give you that. Okay. Alright. Story time.
Shit.
Hopefully you got it.
I don't know. Like,
Hopefully you got it. Maybe like 10-15 minutes.
Time's up.
I don't know. I don't know. What do y'all want to hear? Like, do you?
Something funny. I think we all want to laugh.
I mean, okay. I can tell the story. I can retell the story from the group chat. I can tell the story. I guess when I got stranded in Japan, I
Yeah.
can tell the story.
I want that one.
You want that? Okay. I don't know if it's funny, but
We'll make it funny.
I can laugh at it now.
We'll pepper it with questions.
We're hyped.
Alright, so what year is it? Shit, I'm old. Okay. So like 3 years ago in college, I studied abroad in Japan for like a semester. It was chill, it was dope. Made a lot of friends, had a good old time. I, had a passport, because that's what you do when you travel. You're supposed to have a passport. And I, for the most part, kept really good track of it, I guess. And you're supposed to take it everywhere you go because, like, I'm clearly not Japanese.
Yeah.
So, like,
That's a,
you know.
You never know. You could be.
yeah, you know.
I don't. I mean, genetics, but no, that's not for me. That's not there. I just thought back to like my half friends. I'm like, yeah, she definitely looks black. I'm like, she probably gets stopped a lot. Anyway, but
Didn't they stop you out there for that?
they didn't stop me, but they stopped my other friends.
Right there.
They stopped some of my other friends.
Stop.
That happened. Anyway.
Sorry about that.
No, so I don't know what happened. Like we went to so I carried my passport everywhere I went because they might stop me because just to see, make sure I'm here, like I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
So we took like a field trip, whatever, to Okinawa. I brought it with me because I'm thinking I need it, and they never checked it. I don't know what the fuck was that. Okay, whatever. So I go back to the school I was at. And I just go like the last month and a half of the semester, business as usual, go to school, live my life, eat good food, whatever. A couple weeks before it's time for me to leave, I realize I haven't seen my passport in a minute, but it's whatever. Fuck it. Like, and I go out and I just keep doing what I do.
Yeah.
A week and a half before it's time for me to leave, I'm like, passport still ain't show up. But I remembered I sent some luggage to the airport ahead of me, so I'm thinking, oh, maybe I'll pack in like my suitcase or whatever. It's in the airport. It's chill. It's good. The day before I have to leave, tear my room apart. Everything is empty. Still ain't found that bitch. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's at the airport. I show up to the airport the day of my flight, taking all my shit out my suitcase. Passport's gone. I don't know where that bitch is.
I'll be
Make sure that don't happen to me. I'm taking
I'll be
it.
crying.
I ain't stuck in
You gotta get
Japan.
one of those like ID holder things, put it in there, just hold it on your arm.
I needed
They gonna drag
I
you
want
back
my
into the country.
passport tatted on my arm.
Is that your face on your arm? It's me. But so yeah, my friend who's Japanese, he tried to like talk to people and help me because I spoke Japanese, okay, but I did not have the vocabulary for like, yo, my passport is missing. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, can you show me how to get to the restroom?
can you tell me how to get back home? And basically, there was not enough finessing that could be done to help me that night. So I basically had to spend the night at the airport.
Mm-hmm.
And
Or just a day you had to go back, like your semester
this is the day I was
done.
supposed to go back home to America, to Chicago. And I had to stay at the airport. My friend went ahead of me. And I was like, damn, I'm like legit alone now because the program's over. Like, they not responsible for my ass. Like, the clock is 12. Like, they're like, not my problem.
You live here now.
Hey, it's been good though, but I'll see you.
Yeah, like, it's been chill, but
Beth, can you go over there? All right, we gonna go this way. Bye.
basically. So my
Everybody going back to America, put your hands up.
Not for real, because like one of the lady who worked at the what you call it, the airport was like talking to the dude, I guess who is in charge of like letting people go through. She's like, yo, Liz, I could understand enough to understand like eavesdropping the conversation. She's like, so she doesn't have a passport, like so you do something, and he was basically just like, dominating, like, no, like, fuck it, like, even if she were to, like, even if you would let her get on the plane and go to America, like, she would still be stuck in America. So, like,
but at least she's in America.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let me get fucking America. Like, let me screw that. Like, fuck it. And so she just I'm looking at her face, and she's looking at me. I'm like, I already know what he said. I already know. It's fine. I'm like, fuck.
You took that well.
I mean,
I'm like, who's gonna stop me?
Just like 3 dudes. Got another one.
So it was a very long 24 hours. After that, I had to sleep at the airport, find a place to put my luggage. Apparently in Japan, you can put, they have like places where you, like lockers where you can put your luggage. You can't do that here because.
So apparently that happens all the time. That niggas
I
just
guess
get
so.
trapped.
No, people have layovers a lot.
Oh, okay.
So they probably just, put your luggage in here.
In a locker. You can't do that here, but because they used to have it here apparently.
Yeah, niggas be on some blowing shit up type shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what they said. They're like 7-Eleven. I mean, not 7-Eleven.
It's hella political now.
That's what they said.
Nobody's safe.
That's what makes it. I'm calling the people in the airport. Anyway, we'll talk to Linda. Anyway, so I had to sleep at the airport. Then I had to file a police report because I filed a police report to get a new passport. That was fucking irritating as hell. Have to go to the code line and have to tell dude like, yo, so my passport's gone. I have to fill out the form. This form specific as fuck. I'm like, this is not necessary. The form talking about, so okay, what you lose on my passport? Okay, what day did you lose it?
Who the
I
fuck
don't know.
knows?
Who knows? And so he's like, what time did you lose it?
What?
Like you said, minutes and hours. It's
What a
like they
great
want
question.
the minutes and the hours of when I lost this bitch. I'm like, why would I?
Hey, I think I lost my passport. Like right now, I have the strong feeling that I lost my passport.
You know, and so there was.
What time was it?
Right. I don't know. So it was just dumb, and then it was just dumb.
Did you ever get it back?
The passport?
Yeah.
She here, ain't she?
I mean, you should get another one, can't you?
So I mean, that's the whole point. I had to file a police report. Then I had to take that shit, piece of paper the size of a business card, take it to the embassy, sit in there, the ass crack of dawn, and get an emergency passport. But I don't think the lady didn't realize that it was an emergency. Like, I just said, yo, I don't have my passport. I lost it. I need a passport. So I'm sitting there for fucking hours. You got like dudes sitting there like, we're going to vacation for Fiji. We need my kid's passport. I'm like, bitch, I'm stuck here. Shut the fuck up. You know? And the lady was like, okay, well, your passport will be ready in like 4 to 6 days. I'm like, no. Listen. I'm like, I was supposed to leave yesterday, like literally yesterday. And she was like, oh, okay, wait a minute.
I'm like, is this for you or you getting me this passport today?
Yeah.
Who want to get dropped in?
I was ready to fight people that day. And so finally I got my emergency passport that day after she understood, and then I still had to figure out where the fuck I'm gonna live.
Right. If that don't let people know that you from America, that you was about to catch an attitude with their ass, I don't know what else does.
I was like,
At that point, I'd be like, you verify. You good.
Yeah, you in.
You good.
I know you from America.
Because if you was from Japan, you probably be like, all right, man, have a nice day.
Yeah.
Mary, like, no, fuck this service.
I'm entitled to it.
I'm going
Give
to
me
yell
my shit right now.
for you.
Fuck this family and they Fuji trip, bro. Give me mine now.
The kid got some ice cream, she just smacked that shit out of the
Fuck your ice cream, bro. I'm stuck here.
I live here now. You want to look at me?
not belligerent. I was chill, but I was definitely annoyed. I was just in my head. I was knocking ice cream out of kids' hands.
Yeah.
So I get my passport, and then thankfully, like, my friends knew, because my friend, good friend, but he's an idiot. He gonna take a picture of me as I'm looking for my passport the day before, talking about Raven can't find a passport, and he posted on Facebook. And I'm like, what was the point of that? So, but
How many likes it get though?
hella likes. And this is before like the sad faces and shit. So it was just like hella likes, but there was it was like hella comments like, "Are you okay? Is Raven okay?" Blah 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 blah. So like on one hand, I was like, it kind of worked out because people knew like, oh, I'm in distress, so like people were actually useful, and they're like, oh, you can stay in my host family place or whatever. But what ended up happening was like the lady who was in charge of the program, she called me up because my phone was still connected, thank God. And she was like, so the host family that you were staying at, like the dorm, like they said you could come back and you can stay for like $25 a day and they'll feed you for free. Oh, that's nice. That was so nice of them, man. So they're like, you just need to get back there. And I'm like, bet. So I get my shit and I go back to Baraki Nakayama and I go back and they see me and they see my sad ass and they're like, you've had a long day, I've heard. I'm like, yeah,
that's all this is. That does sound like some fucking anime shit though, right there. You just went through a bunch of shit.
That's the end of a series.
Yeah, go back home. You had a long time.
That's like the ending of the first place where the house is empty and it was just like you just turn the light off. And
Season 1.
It was very, and yeah, they were really kind. They were just like, here's some soap, here's some like nice blankets and shit. Like,
damn, so they didn't even give you the nice blankets when you live there?
And they gave me the standard shit. They gave me like their kids' blankets, like the nice soft fleece plush shit. Like they gave me some nice. They gave me some comforting shit. They were just like, here, like don't. They're like,
you're our daughter now.
Yeah, basically, like. And
that'd actually be a good premise to a sitcom. You should have stayed there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just fucking live.
Right.
And they let me go back in my room. And yeah.
That sitcom is like theme music.
How long did it take you to get back to America?
I mean, so I had to change my flight. So on the one hand, after everything was done, that's when I cried. Because I was safe and I was good and I was chill. And then I looked at it on the bright side. I'm like, okay, well, at least now.
Yeah, so you held in the tears all the way till the
I held that shit in for 36 hours, yes.
Real. I feel like at that point, like, I wouldn't even have the energy to cry anymore. You'd be like,
because I couldn't blame nobody but me. I lost my passport. So I'm like, I can't cry. I gotta be a nigga about this. I'll be real nigga about this. Get this shit done.
I just want to see the one Japanese nigga that's using your passport out there. Like pretending he's like black people.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
I'm hoping that it just fell in the ocean somewhere. It's never to be found. I don't know. But yeah, but on the bright side, I got 3 extra days in Japan. Yeah. And I just like kicked it with my friends and shit, and they gave me food and whatever, and it was chill. And then I went home for real. I almost missed my flight because I was late, but.
Damn. Part 2. You don't even care.
I know.
You just made 2 movies easily.
And it was funny because when I went 2 months ago in September, when I made it back home, I put on Facebook, I'm like, I didn't lose my passport. Hella likes. Everyone was like, because they knew. They were just like, Raven, did you make it back this time? And I'm like, I'm good. It said Chicago, right?
You should have been like, I lost it on purpose. I live there now. Catch me on.
I'm not about living under the radar life.
I know some people that did that.
Yeah, what?
My boy from Western went out to Japan. We thought he was just visiting, bro. He ain't never come back.
Shit.
He gone.
Did you get y'all back like, yeah, I live here now?
Like, he ain't tell nobody. It was just like, damn, hey, bro, Joel, you been in Japan for a minute. What's up? I'm here. I'm not coming back.
No station.
Take a picture of his house.
Yeah, okay.
And that's my story.
She wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that was good.
What's up?
We did. That's way too many applause.
Give me my props. You said it was good.
She made it back, bro. I would have been
one
crying.
time in the interview.
She
don't be applauding everything.
Yo, I really feel like when we go to Japan, some people might lose their some people might lose their passport.
And now you know what to do.
No, I don't need to know because I'm with everybody. I'm just like everybody else.
Because I'm beyond that with my passport. Fuck that. That
shit getting taped to me. See, now everybody was flaming my fanny pack, but now that shit looking kind of lit. Now ain't it?
That's really no, bro.
Fanny pack.
So I hope you lose your passport, and I'm just gonna like, I ain't gonna play on that, bro. Hit him with the
Stupid championship belt.
Yep, and I'm out. Championship belt. I'm gonna do this right before I leave your ass in Japan.
You can do like a side fanny pack, like one that goes on that.
No,
you know those
bro.
one strap backpacks? I had one
I
for
want
like
my shit
August.
right there, bro. Visible.
Weird as fuck.
I wear a fanny pack at work.
Weird as fuck.
Hey, Bob, I know I ain't gonna never lose my passport.
That's right.
It's connected to me.
Until somebody cut that shit off.
But it's in front of me. Oh, that's yours. My bad, homie. I had your name back this whole time.
He gonna weigh that so much.
I'm like, hey, what y'all still looking at him for?
It's
Y'all
gotta be
let's
hard
go.
to steal from a fanny pack, though.
I know.
They gotta really come up on you. I have been so uncomfortable. If they came up on you, it's like, you're like, nigga, what are you doing? Oh, shit. Alright, so we usually play a game with people we interview. Well, that started like last interview. So I got two options for us. We could do, this is not really a game though. We could do share a lit with DBZ characters, or we can just list a bunch of main characters and then we all can rate them.
How do you rate them?
Oh, you just
Based on-
throw out a number, or you can use our rating system.
But based on what?
Whatever you feel. Your gut feeling of that character. Like Naruto is 1, 2. I just had to put it out. That's an example.
But like as a person, as a ninja,
Hey,
as a
all of that.
What's character?
It's a collective one to me. Like if I was to sum up all the parts that make Naruto great and add them together, I get 1.
He's a 1?
that's he's hating.
What?
But I'm saying that's just an example. I don't actually feel that way.
Oh, I was
He's probably like he's still not high though. He's still not high. Don't get me wrong.
You were
but
saying
he's not one.
that. You
He's
were
not
selling
one.
that one hardcore.
He's not one for Shonen main character. I'll take that back.
Oh, so this is my choice. Which one?
Yeah.
Let's do shit over there.
All right. So, what's a good DBZ character to pick?
So start with Goku, bro.
All right.
Shit.
Go ahead and go. Damn.
Shit.
Already? Yep. All right. How you feel about him? Goku shit or lit to you?
He's kind of shit. He's kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like as a father, he's kind of shit.
Kind of shit?
No, he's very shit. He's very shit. He's very
true.
shit as a father.
As a person in general.
As a person, he's just very emotionally unavailable. I don't know how Chi-Chi put up with that shit.
She got that strong.
He ain't never
Yeah, that's it. He putting it down.
Big
When
game.
he come back,
Right, whenever he comes back, she lays it down.
you ain't shit. You ain't set for years, bro. Set for years. He light it up.
He be slumping her ass, bro.
and then he eat mounds of food afterwards.
That's the only option.
Right? That's what she always say with the food cooked, and then he just like, all
I
right,
mean, I definitely gotta give my boy Goku a lit. He lit because one, we know that his pipe game 10 out of 10. Clearly, bro. Clearly.
You don't know if she's getting in between deaths and shit. That she getting it from fucking Master Roshi.
They live in
oh my god. Master Roshi taking that down?
Oh, we don't get to Master Roshi.
Come on.
No, they in the middle of nowhere. And then two, everybody coming at him for being a shitty dad and stuff like that. Goku ain't want none of that. He thought marriage was food, bro. She snuck up on him with that. He not a hero. He don't give a fuck about protecting people. That's the English dub. He like, bro, I only want to box swole niggas. That's all I'm here for. Everybody want me to do other shit.
That's true.
He been sticking to his morals of boxing swole niggas.
I'm still saying he's shit for all of the reasons that you mentioned.
But if that's what you want to do,
ain't shit nigga. He's literally the definition of an ain't shit nigga. Like, that is what you call any ain't shit nigga.
But
He sticks to his principles. His principles are shit.
Ain't shit niggas got good pipe game pause. They do nothing but fight. They do nothing but fight. I'm just saying, like, if you talk to any female that with an ain't shit nigga, they will never be able to tell you the real reason why, because he got that pipe game. That's the reason why she's still with him.
Let's fight. I feel you.
You ain't gonna be with no ain't shit nigga that got a micro penis.
Ain't
It doesn't
shit
even make
niggas.
sense. Do it make sense?
Ain't shit niggas don't got them morals though. They trying to be a good nigga, but they just ain't shit. Goku like, bro, I ain't trying to be nothing but what I
That's
am,
what
bro.
ain't shit niggas say. They be saying shit like, I don't feel like I could be attached to just one person.
Goku ain't fucking on no other girls though. He loyal.
I'm pretty sure he was fucking over before that.
No.
He
some dirty panties.
He turned as a kid.
Mo would have been with everybody in DBZ.
Oh, that's cold.
Nah, Krillin didn't get a taste for it. Krillin did not get a taste.
I don't know. Krillin was a pimp back in the day.
Krillin
He
was
didn't get
thirsty.
no
Bulma taste though. I don't think he got a
He could get a dog, but he never taste him.
You tell me the pig from Dragon Ball got a taste?
I forgot about the pimp.
Oolong was in there, bro. Oolong wished for the greatest pair of panties. That was he made a Dragon Ball wish with that. For the softest pair of panties.
So you say Oolong was in there?
You know he was. It gotta be.
We off subject.
Hello, subject. True. Damn.
Yeah, Jugguh, you didn't say what you should or lit.
I mean, I'm giving them a lit, but excluding all the reasons that was said today, I mean, DBZ was the anime that was my first. So it was like, that's what's
So it was pipe game.
Pause.
Oh, no.
Goku was your first?
He was your first. So he get a lick because of pipe game.
Y'all
comes out.
Hey man, it's okay.
I mean, he did have that rod. The actual rod.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the shit that
Extendo pole.
Oh my god.
He was out there, bro. Pipe game was strong since he was 12. We're gonna move on to Vegeta. Bum man.
Hey, we can do, let's do two more characters. We can add Vegeta in there since Goku and Vegeta go hand in hand. I'll give him a lit, bro.
I'm giving him a lit.
Give him a lit.
I'll wait to the end there. I see where
I think he he be doing some bitch made type stuff. But
I think he's a better character.
Yeah, I think he's a better character than Goku. I think he's
insane.
He's
insane. For
He's a
every
way
reason
better father, bro. He's a way better father.
He not that
He
for
a
that
way
nigga.
better. What are you talking about?
He trained Trunks before he was even born, bro.
First of all, no.
No, he was a baby.
Chill out, bro.
No, he's talking about future.
I know, because he was baby Trunks.
He
was
was
born
just born. Just barely.
But he was born.
There was a good, I would say there was at least 5 seconds where that nigga was not born. His daddy trained him. So I would say you trained him
come back until baby Trunks was born.
I'm just saying you can't argue that this nigga trained a kid before he was born.
He didn't like him. He wasn't nice to him. He just did it because he was like, man, I guess you can come, nigga. Don't get him away. He legit went into the timetable talking about something. I'm gonna be over here in this abyss, and you be on that side of the abyss.
I see like Vegeta's kids as them kids who got like a family, they got stuff to do at home, and Goku's kids is them kids that's always outside, bro.
Stupid money.
They got grandparents, 2 of them.
Yeah, that's not fair.
They got
all you're saying is
fucking time. Y'all trying to be over there all the
they
fucking
got white
time.
privilege, bro. They got white privilege.
Vegeta's family got them niggas care about their kids. Goku's kids be in the streets. That's all I'm saying. Them niggas be at Vegeta house every day. Like, go chase boys 3 in the morning. Go home.
They did half their life, and then Chi be on their ass and shit. She's a single mom and she's stressed.
She ain't on no tapes.
Nope.
I mean, who was they white?
That's because Gohan was born by then, so old by then, so she kind of had a little help.
Yeah. Hey, bro, I think y'all on
Now go hang out with
bullshit.
your brother.
Vegeta
He had a full-time
definitely
job. He had a wife.
Huh?
I said Vegeta definitely shit. Like, he was not a good dad. No. Goku trained Gohan more than Vegeta trained Chunks. Fact.
Wait, really?
Yeah, when they went into the hyperbolic time chamber, Goku actually, trained with some. Vegeta was like, hey, bro, don't talk to
He
me.
was like trying to kill his son.
No.
And then he might have thought that nigga learned some
That's exactly what he did.
Bro, Vegeta,
he did teach him
Vegeta is low-key still evil, bro. His goal is still to drop Kakarot, bro.
He's insecure. That's it. He's insecure as fuck.
I'd be upset if this nigga kept getting new forms and I'm not getting shit, but I train harder than that man. Get the fuck out of here.
He got one job, drop Kakarot. Like, he's not there to be friends with nobody. He's not there for that kid. That white, once Kakarot Day, he be like, all right, y'all, I've been waiting 20, 30 years for this. I'm going back to my planet. He a dip off
Once
the
he grew
planet.
that mustache, he chilled out. He chilled out. Once Bulma was born, he chilled the fuck out.
That's
He's
that
wearing
GT
pink
bullshit.
shirts and mustaches and shit like that. He chilled out.
Yeah, he went to
He humbled himself a little bit. Also, can I just say, I feel like Trunks grew up better when Vegeta was dead than when he was alive. Because Trunks, when Vegeta was around, was a little bit more cocky versus future Trunks who came back. He was like, Dad, I just want you to love me and shit.
Any kid's gonna be better when like everybody's gone. Literally everyone's gone. Like he lived in sadness every fucking day. Like he probably was like scavenging for food and shit. So yeah, he gonna be humble.
Y'all really trying to push this. Vegeta's a shit tier down.
I'm saying if we do go off GT, Trunks is like fucking CEO and shit.
Yeah,
he hella successful.
Vegeta's a dad. He's like better to his secret family than his one he claimed.
You giving him props off what Bulma did. Bulma. Bulma is a great mom.
Look,
Vegeta
Trunks can still throw hands. I know that didn't come from Bulma. That's right.
That came from him being
He was a whole CEO body.
Nah, that didn't come from him being insane because Goten can't throw hands.
Yes, he can.
No, he cannot.
No.
Will you run them hoes with Goten?
No.
He'll drop you. I'm not gonna back down.
He gonna drop you.
He gonna drop the fuck out of me. I'm not gonna back down. But he not throwing hands like Trunks though.
No.
Because Vegeta's a better fighter.
Oh, I thought it was just because he was a year older though.
It's because he's a year older as far as I'm concerned.
These don't got nothing to do with fighting.
Bro, that's literally what they said though. Back in the day when they were training him to be Goten.
There's so many inconsistencies with Dragon Ball.
Okay,
It's not fair.
So it's like, how we gonna get a scale? How we gonna get a scale?
Well,
We
they
can't
on
do
dirt.
this.
Well, Vegeta older than Goku, but they don't stop him from getting dropped. Oh, it's in his blood. To get dropped.
Wait, in who blood?
In Trunks' blood. He's a loser by blood.
Stop.
Wow.
Do Vegeta win fights? No. Vegeta only beat Android 19. That's it. Other than that, he get dropped.
Oh wait, no, time out. He beat effing Zarbon. There you go.
Whoa, this nigga beat a B-list henchman from the Frieza saga. All right. Good job, champ. Good job, champ.
Look, he was about to be Cell, but then he decided to be a dumbass.
Yeah, he talking about that shit.
I was too pissed.
He a bum-ass nigga with weak dick
Too
game.
pissed about that. Oh my god.
That's why they not married. Bulma got hella side hoes.
But I mean, he got stronger dick game than Yamcha.
Stop.
Obviously.
Yamcha just a goofy. That's it.
He was goofy.
He a goofy. He was too thirsty. The thirsty nigga always lose. That's real life for you. Don't be thirsty.
Damn. That's what I was like, should we even do Yamcha? Because I feel like he could fall getting the shit.
It was a big roast session if you
Get somebody that's like debatable.
Flaming that nigga.
somebody with some
Shenron.
depth.
I mean,
Wait, what?
Shenron?
oh no, he definitely shit to me.
Yeah, compared to
First of all, you a graduation with limits, bro. Anytime you got a limit.
come from, nigga?
Oh yeah, yo, we want to do Shenron?
No, we
actually doing Shenron.
I can fine doing Shenron. Everybody finished their Vegeta ratings.
Vegeta.
Fuck that.
You
said shit.
You said Vegeta. Yeah, I said I said shit.
Piccolo.
You ain't do Vegeta yet.
I ain't do Vegeta. I mean,
Give him the shit.
earlier sagas, he shit. Later sagas, he's lit.
So that's an average shit.
Yeah. No, you at the end he's lit or at the beginning?
At the beginning, he's shit. At the end, he's
If it's at the end, you gotta take the end rating, bro.
Incorrect.
Okay, I just got That's it.
Alright, he's just
He's
What's
lit.
the middle of shit?
Because it's like,
Just he's regular.
Yeah,
No, it's still shit.
You're trying to disrespect
You definitely trying to like finesse niggas with that.
oh, that's tough. It's like, to be honest, I never really liked Vegeta, but like, what video was that? I saw some time ago, and it was like some kind of like theory if Krillin never spared Vegeta, like from the get-go.
Yeah.
And it was like, bro, that made like so much sense where it's like Vegeta was still a core character in the way that, you know, that everything would be effed up if he wasn't actually there.
They would got fucked in Namek for sure, right?
Well, I mean, just straight up like everything. You know, I mean, well, obviously, like starting with Namek, and then like Frieza just going to murder Goku because there was like no buffer of Vegeta being there to actually draw Frieza's attention.
Damn, that actually also kind of makes him sound more
it
like
was
shit.
like, it's like Vegeta was like
father.
the decoy. Yeah, right. Like the whole time he was like, you know,
He was crucial decoy.
It was just like, bro,
Which
you
makes
do
him
your
shit.
thing, and then like,
I mean,
heal
like-
up real quick and just murk motherfuckers. So
He was a top tier decoy.
the average.
Like you can. I mean, she technically gave him an
Alright,
average.
he that good morning shit. There we go.
Alright.
It'll wake you up.
I mean, but it feels really good. I would say Good Morning shit is low key lit.
No.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
still shit, bro.
Because that release, you're just like, oh yeah, like I'm ready to start my day.
Good morning
Let's get it
shit.
going.
Boom, he stamped that.
Wow.
So petty.
That is funny.
Ryan, your ancient ass nigga Goku or
Hey,
whatever.
my nigga out here. At least he got pipe
With his
game.
bum ass
At least
kids.
he got pipe
Have
game.
no homes.
Pipe game in the cloud.
Gohan ended up okay.
Gohan's okay, but I feel like Gohan is like a hood nigga that's like, I want to be better. Like that's exactly how it sounds. Like his dad was like, nah, nigga, you not gonna be shit, and he was like, nah, I want to be better.
But then he did.
Yeah,
he did. He made it out.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what it. But that doesn't mean that his dad was good. It means his dad was still shit.
Oh no, I'm saying I agree. I agree.
You gonna fight my son? How does Sensu be? Beat my son in full power. Let's go.
Yeah.
He was trying to get his son killed the whole time.
Yes. My man stopped fighting someone. Was like, I don't want to fight you no more. My son's gonna fight.
If we watch the story from Gohan's perspective, Goku probably seems like a straight ass. Yeah, like for real.
He was a good
Gohan
dad.
was staying on that Piccolo. Don't let him do that to me.
Like I'm sure Gohan was like, damn, I'm so glad my dad's back or whatever. And then he like woke up, then he was gone. And then Piccolo was at his door like, hey bro, we finna trade. He like, oh, like, what happened to my dad? Oh, that nigga went somewhere else, bro. Yeah. What?
Right.
That's like, I feel like that was daily occurrence. Like, he gone again, mom.
Y'all still act like Goku wasn't raised by like himself in the woods, bro. True. Like Goku,
I'm not buying it. That's the same shit people try to sell with Naruto too. Nah, that's no excuse for being a
Naruto went to school.
Parent.
He went to school.
No school for being
Goku raised himself in the woods, nigga. He was raised by him for like 3 years, and then that nigga died, and he was raising himself in the woods, bro.
What about Master Roshi?
Master Roshi ain't raised that nigga. He showed that nigga pouring out how to whoop ass. That ain't raising. My man, Goku literally prayed to a ball with a 4 on it because he thought that was his grandpa. This nigga grew up in the woods, dog. And y'all trying to compare him.
How old was he actually?
He was 12 when the show started.
12?
Yeah.
I thought he was better for the down.
He was 12 because they thought he was younger, but him and Krillin was the same age or some shit like that. Where I get the whole one?
I thought Krillin was older than him actually.
Mm-hmm.
They were like around the same age. Oh. My man got raised in the woods and became a decent father.
Decent? That's a reach.
Bro,
that's a reach.
He was
not there. He was there 1% of the time does not qualify as decent.
He low-key a monkey boy that was like, I got life. He got a roof over his head, food in their belly. Damn, what y'all want from him?
I bet you Goku never showed up for Gohan's graduation.
He probably don't know. He probably don't know what a graduation is, though, bro. Like, he don't know what a graduation is, bro. Like,
you know what? No, he did come to parent-teacher conferences, but then he left.
Oh, he did. Oh, yeah. Oh, when she was trying to sign him up for that school, he left.
Oh, Super
Goku was like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, I remember that movie. Country accent.
Stay with your asshole, bro. Do we got time for one more or no?
We good.
All right. I don't even know if it's worth doing the discussion now, but so I got 4 things in here, and I don't know which ones we should talk about. So I'll make you pick again. So we got overrated, super hated. So we all go around and share our basically unpopular opinions, animes or mangas that we love, dislike, that most of the world actually enjoy. So that's one. Other one is we can talk about what makes a good anime or manga, like what criteria makes that good. We could toss out a bunch of different stuff and rate the writing, like did it have a good story plot or was it shit? And then the downfall of your favorite. So we can talk about some of the bigger animes or mangas and the point where they started getting shit for us. So like it was good, like I enjoyed Naruto up to this point. I keep using Naruto as an example, but yeah, I enjoyed Bleach up to this point. So you can pick from those which one, or if you have something else, you can bring that up.
I enjoyed Bleach until the opening.
Damn, you a hating ass nigga. You hating on them like that. Bleach was alright. Bleach beginning was trash, but you pick. If we get into that, we'll get into it.
I guess a popular opinion. I do not enjoy My Hero Academia.
Okay.
And
it hurts. It hurts.
Wow, tears.
I mean, the door right there, though.
I gave it
Okay.
I didn't hear what he said, so it's probably good.
Yeah.
So I I don't fuck with it. To me, it's like I gave it a chance. I got up into like the double digits of the show, and I feel like it's, you know how like when Naruto started out and it's just like, okay, character introductions, oh, we're at a school, we have powers, introduction into this world, right? Mm-hmm. And it's pretty light-ish, besides for the fact that this main protagonist has some, you know, baggage. Mm-hmm. Like, it just sounds like it doesn't get deeper than that. It's like, it's really light, it's kiddie, it's contained. Yeah. Everything takes place in a school, in a world where kids have superpowers, and so what? It's like,
I mean, they step out to school sometimes.
Oh, they get permission slips to go on field trips, and okay,
they do internships.
It's boring to me. Like, to me, it's like it's been done before and it's been done better, which is why I bring up Darker Than Black. I always tell people, if you like My Hero, you should watch Darker Than Black. Like, I'm looking at you over there, who's seen it, and I'm like, you're not with me, and I don't understand.
I'm just holding all my stuff until you're done.
Man, okay. See,
but I got you.
The way that I feel about, because it's like, I feel like My Hero is like Darker Than Black.
Right.
You're in this world where people have these powers and shit, but I feel like Darker Than Black just did it better. Mm-hmm. Whereas My Hero, it's like just a diluted kiddie version of what that was. So it's just like, you can do better. You got some great value shit. Go get the name brand.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Okay.
I can say I kind of agree that when I first watched My Hero Academia, I was like, oh, it's kind of like Darker Than Black, except like their drawbacks aren't as like OCD.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's what it is. Because I never like, well, I didn't watch Darker Than Black, but now that I watched it, I didn't even like think to make that comparison, but I see what you're saying. Like, the limitations on quirks is what kind of like reminds you of that show.
Yeah.
Because they are just like their draw, but it's nothing is ever so bad that you can't use it. Like, it's a actual bad thing to use your power. So far, as far as we've seen in My Hero,
there were more so consequences with using your power in Darker Than Black that actually had like.
Will prevent you from using it like all willy-nilly. Like, you have to think about that shit.
Rough.
And then also just even like the way that the story is set up, like when you first start watching My Hero, they go through this long exposition about like, we live in a world now where people like our genes have mutated and now they have quirks, and then we put them in school and and they become superheroes, whatever. Like with Darker Than Black, it's like you just dropped into this world where it's like suddenly niggas got powers and shit and no one knows what the fuck is going on. Right. And there's no definite line between good people and the bad people. There's just people who have powers and everybody has free will and everyone has their ideology as far as like how to live their life now. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that's what shit that I thought was cool about the show. It's not, there's no definite lines and there's no, like, I don't know, this really strong ideology of like, I don't know, good and evil and benevolence and purity and all of this that the main character has. He's like, I want to be a good guy, I want to be this and that, and it's like, what the fuck ever, who cares? I don't. Whereas like, that line is so blurred in Darker Than Black, and it's like, I like that. It's like more relatable. It's real life. It's like everyone has these ideologies, whether it be political, religious, which they talk about in the show. It's like, who's the good guy? Who fucking knows?
Gotcha.
I like that shit.
Yeah. But, you know something? I feel like the fact that My Hero Academia sets up that world, it allows for world building and it allows for the stereotypical shonen like long series. I feel like with Darker Than Black, you can't make a long ass series because, like you said, boom, I'm in this world. There's no structure to the world, so there's no world building, and then you just kind of go. When every shonen kind of builds on the fact that you can build the world, you know. But I mean, I'm not saying either one's better than the other. I just think if you're looking for a shonen, you're not going to enjoy Darker Than Black. But if you're looking for something that's like a little more serious, you're not going to enjoy My Hero Academia. For sure. Two different sides of the same coin, depending on what you want to watch that day. I feel like.
Yep, that's what I was going to bring up. It's literally just like, oh, it's kind of like that age gap thing that we talked about before. It's like either like I want to still like look at this, or I want something more serious with a darker tone that's going to actually grip me more and actually want to make me want more. So that's the way I look at it.
Okay.
That's fair.
Who else got an unpopular opinion?
Oh yeah, this one. Everybody always give me crap about this. I'm ready for it whenever it comes. I've been dealing with this for years. Full Metal Brotherhood garbage, bro. Don't bring none of that near me. I don't want none.
You
keep that brotherhood.
I really thought you was gonna say One Piece, but I'm
One Piece. But also, like, a lot of people know One Piece garbage, though.
Garbage.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people know that.
Hot garbage.
That's
You see what I mean? That's 3 people.
I'm glad Chuck is here. But I was like, damn, we got. Oh man, I wish the other 2 guys were here. I'm not that much of a fan of One Piece to argue as hard as they would. But
One Piece.
you said
One Piece is legitimately up for contention. Nobody ever argues on my side when it comes to Full Metal. I don't give no fuck about it.
Yeah, that's on my top 5.
Here's my reason why.
Top 5.
Like, I saw the first Full Metal Alchemist, and like it was 25 episodes. Boom, boom, boom. Knocked it out. I got the gist. Brotherhood, like 300 episodes of some bullshit, bro. I ain't trying to watch all that bullshit, bro. Like, I get the story, bro. He clap his hands, he make sure he go get some niggas out. Woo, it's done, man. Send that shit to somebody else. I'm not watching 75 episodes of it. Oh, but it's closer to the. Hey, I don't give no fuck what it's closer to, bro. I'm done. I already seen the story. Don't bring it back to me.
No, bro, it's a different story though.
Had you not seen the first one, would you think you still feel the same about Brotherhood?
No, I personally believe that
It's only tied to the fact that you see.
Yeah, it's completely tied to the fact because I seen the first 25 episodes.
Okay.
If I would have started out with Brotherhood, I'd probably be like, dang, this is the rawest ever. But since I've seen them 25, I was like, yeah, I watched about 5-6 episodes of Brotherhood, and I'm like, it's whack. Like, to me, Full Metal Alchemist is on the same level as Lord of the Rings. It was good. I liked it. Will I ever watch all that shit again? Nope. I'm good. I don't want no Brotherhood. Just like I didn't watch the prequels to Lord of the Rings. I'm good.
Like the Hobbit and stuff like
that? Yep. Miss me with it.
That's real. Is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Alright, fuck One Piece. I don't fuck with One Piece at all.
Preach.
I tried. Everybody knows I tried. I read 800 chapters.
Oh, you tripping, bro.
Damn.
I tried. I couldn't. I don't fuck with
That's the
pirates.
R word?
Yeah,
The artwork is dark.
Garbage.
Trash.
Long leg, fat head,
lanky ass.
Well, goofy looking ass.
high body ass drawing, man.
Tipsy
Nobody
pop
want
looking
that.
ass.
What is that?
I can't stand One Piece, bro. Literally, One Piece is beneath Dragon Ball Super 4.
Damn, it's
Is it
I'll
below
take it.
Bleach?
I'll take it.
Whoa!
It's below Bleach?
Whoa!
For me, yeah.
Oh, Bleach the show, I don't know, man.
And the show and the manga.
That ending was tough, my G.
For what? One Piece? For Bleach?
Yeah.
That ending was garbage.
And One Piece is below?
For me, yes.
Hey, One Piece got whack after Crocodile. I'm gonna be
I'm
100.
gonna hold my tongue, huh?
After Crocodile, it was weak.
I gotta hold my
I want
tongue,
no
man.
more.
Just everybody's entitled to their unpopular opinion.
Then when them niggas became Jedis, bro, I was like, come on, you reaching. We got hockey.
Gotta make it the same face, bro.
Y'all ain't no pirates.
Y'all some jerks.
Y'all flaming it extra hard, man.
Garbo.
Hey, bro.
So this is how y'all feel when we start doing the One Piece review?
Yeah,
Y'all
bro.
like,
Just throw it in the trash.
I pull a Doctor Strange and I open my mind to something else.
y'all so petty, bro.
Like, if y'all was like, hey, bro, we trashing One Piece and not doing that, I'd be okay. Bet.
I'll jump right in real quick.
About Fairy Tail, though.
Come on now.
It's worse than Fairy Tail, too?
Yes.
No, I ain't see. He really hates it.
Yeah, that's really... But...
Fairy Tail down there, man.
Oh, easy. It's literally right above
Nigga
Bleach.
got a scarf.
And that's not saying much.
Like, he used fire.
You know what would make One Piece better?
You don't like Fairy Tail or you like Fairy
He got a scarf and he used fire. Why?
Because it's
What you
lit. Swag.
It's just, you should be hot.
I get what she's saying. Dang,
shit.
I ain't never
That's not
think about that.
Oh, shit.
Or maybe because he hot, he always cold. Cause he use ice and he be
We
naked.
getting off a goddamn tangent.
Okay.
Jugguh, you got
Our tangent that's not making sense.
one? Jugguh, you got one?
Bro, that's
It's One Piece for him too.
all of what it's called.
Don't even try. Oh my god.
Wow, all that kind of threw my mind everywhere.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
I mean, I guess I always fall back on Sword Art because
I was trying not to.
Sword Art
That's
good.
it.
There's a decent amount of people that actually enjoy Sword Art.
It still has
People stay cosplaying it.
and they're still making movies for it. So that's
Sword
you know
Art.
what?
Hey, I'm putting out the PSA right now. If I catch you at any con dressed as Kirito, I'm throwing hands instantly. If you Kirito, you getting beat up.
Getting dropped.
I
Instantaneously.
gotta say,
I enjoyed that. It was like, again, I mean, I gave it a try because some homies in college, they were like, yo, Sword Art, man, get up in this. I was like, I'll try. And at first it was like, okay, you got an OP Maleffa, doing his ish. That's good stuff. And then,
They had a
I
baby.
mean, okay, I respect the romance genre, but it's not for me.
yeah.
I can't do it.
Understand.
I don't like it. It's boring. I like action ever since from the get-go. Action comedy, you combo them both, you got me. It's already done. But at the start, I thought Sword Art was gonna be all action, all sick stuff. Like he's this OP guy gonna just be murking on everybody else. And then he started getting my feelings, and I was like, no.
Man, bro.
I was like, okay, this whole episode probably had like 2-3 seconds of action. I was like,
Kind of disrespected, man.
And then it actually like, okay, it was only like maybe 2 episodes, and another episode came, and it was like, okay, 6 up, and then another letdown. So it was like, because like I'm not like a hopeful kind of person, and I'll actually like when I start something, I'll stick out for it till the end, and it was just like, okay, no, and it was just a terrible experience for me, and I wish I never watched it in the first place.
I'm with you on that.
So yeah, did not enjoy the Sword Art, and I still don't see why so many people like it. I honestly am unsure of what this show brings that like others don't, for it to be like a top 5, because it seems like a common kind of what would you call it, not genre, but like type of anime,
Yeah.
where it's like video game, do your stuff, and then like come on out,
It just,
but, I mean, I don't know,
I don't think they were really out at the time when like Sword Art came out. So like we had like Dot Hack and stuff like that, but that was like not out when like Sword Art came out. So Sword Art became super popular, and then like Excel World came out, and then like all these other ones branched out from it like afterwards. But like at that time, Sword Art was only the only one, so it got popular. That's the only reason I can see. Other than that, I'm like, nah.
Yep, never got into that. So yeah,
I feel like, so I would say Sword Art, but I feel like that's easy. The other one I would say is like Cowboy Bebop, but I feel like it's because I didn't give it a chance, which is why I don't really want to go in, because I don't like remember much from it.
Too young for it?
I was too young for it, and I didn't take the time to go back and get it. But I did watch Space Dandy, which is made by the same guy, and I'm like, still kind of boring to me. Yeah. And then I kind of want to say DBZ, to be honest, because I didn't fuck with it like that either.
Very understandable.
I really enjoyed the games. That was about it.
Oh.
Like as far as I've stopped playing like after like the Raging Blast series got started. So anything after that I don't really know, but everything before that I enjoyed. Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I'd say is DBZ, because I feel like I enjoyed it because I was 7, and I didn't even really watch it that much when I was 7 anyways. But now that I'm an adult and I look back on what I watched, it just wasn't all that special to me. I really like GT though. That's the only thing that I would say is in there. Yeah, I enjoyed the fuck out of GT.
I thought, that's just tight to me.
They had some boring episodes with the going around finding the other dragons, but I liked the concept of it. I liked the way the characters looked. I really enjoyed Super Saiyan 4. Yeah. I liked Goku throwing like baby into the sun. I thought that whole arc was kind of cool.
He threw him into the sun, didn't coming out to make sure he stayed.
Yeah, I liked all of that, but I liked that more than I liked DBZ. Yeah. A lot of people hate GT, and I think Akira Toriyama needs to like fucking get on his knees and admit that it was better than whatever trash he started to write with Super.
Dragon Ball was better than all that bullshit. So
I mean, I'll give you that. I'm just saying, like,
straight up hilarious.
Super itself is like, bro, you just wanted this to be GT.
Yeah.
You try to make a better GT, but it didn't work, bro.
You know what'd be raw as fuck that would actually make me like get on and watch it is if like instead of Vegeta trying to copy Goku like he always do. If this nigga's like, fuck that shit, and went Super Saiyan 4 on his ass, like on a different path, that'd be hard as fuck.
Like that'd be dope.
Oh, dude. Then
I said the same thing. I'm like, if he does some shit like that, where like he stops trying to be like Goku and just like fuck somebody up for once, like I come back and watch the show.
But even then, it's like the art was so bright and poppy. Like it doesn't. Super Saiyan 4, like GT had like a realer look to me. I felt like it just felt like it tried to tailor more to like, oh yeah, they're real. Yeah, but I feel like they did it now. It'd be too bright and poppy, and I'd just be like, oh, this looks like a cute chimpanzee versus a like that nigga look like, oh shit, I got like hair on my chest.
I like world building, and GT fucked up a little too many rules for me. Like a Saiyan's hair doesn't grow. A full-blooded Saiyan's hair doesn't change. That's why Goku and Vegeta hair never changes. It doesn't grow. Now these niggas got mustache, beards, hair bald, and shit like that. Yeah, I was like, what? When I saw his hair, I was like, a full-blooded Saiyan's hair doesn't change. That's it. That's all I kept saying. Every time I saw Vegeta, a full-blooded Saiyan's hair doesn't change. Like, that's all I could see. That's it.
But there were Saiyans who had facial hair.
Yeah, but what? You gotta be born with it.
But who's the same?
I'm
saying when he reached maturity, who's the same behind the scenes? He just shaved that shit up.
No, but your hair will grow back like over.
Right, and he would shave the shit. He could.
A baby he hit that Benjamin button. Vegeta came out with the
Hey, look, Nappa came out with a beard. He had to, bro. Like, Vegeta said that he the prince of all motherfucking Saiyans. A full-blooded Saiyan hair doesn't change. They said that when they had to cut Gohan hair. He was like, oh, that's weird. Full-blooded Saiyan's hair never changes. That's why Goku and Vegeta hair are always the same. True. I'm heated, bro.
That's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna get into it. It's all those like inconsistency issues with Dragon Ball Z, bro.
That's my one thing. World building. They've ruined the world in GT.
He's still lit though. But you can't say Super Saiyan 4 didn't look badass.
Super Saiyan 4 was a little ridiculous, but okay. I get it. It looked badass, sure.
That golden monkey shit too was decent.
That was hard. The golden monkey to Super Saiyan 4 was hard. It was just a little ridiculous. The way Vegeta got it, I was kind of like, okay, that's ignorant.
The way he got it was just like.
They just shot him into a chamber or some shit?
No, they
shot Razor
Bulma. Bulma like pretty much like put a moon up in the air and was just like, hey,
and then he turned and he was like, all right,
hit that nigga with Blux waves or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
That was one that pissed me off. That like Goku was a kid that whole time. That plot device of like he can't really do the most because he was a kid. He is time limits all day. Yeah, that shit. Because I was like, niggas, y'all know we want to see like all these niggas as adults. More so, and then especially with the whole Gotenks thing where they stopped that fusion from happening.
Bro, I was so ready to see Go.
Y'all niggas know that's what we wanted to see, bro. You gonna stop that shit?
That was a teaser. That was a real.
Y'all petty.
They gonna make them fuse in Super.
I thought they already did that in Super.
Nah, they gonna like age them up. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna run with Super for a while. Unfortunately.
Just got some bad thoughts in my head.
Turds keep buying.
Seriously, they don't stop. That's the thing.
They'll never stop.
Hashtag microtransactions. So yeah, that's it. Do you have any anime or manga recommendations before you go? And tell the people where they can find you.
I don't know. As far as recommendations, I really like Darker Than Black. As I said earlier, if you haven't seen it, you want something a little darker, something.
Please go watch.
A little darker than
it's
black.
Pretty good.
Yeah. It's good. It's good. Regardless whether you like My Hero or not, like it's a solid anime. Watch that shit. I know Hana. If you want to cry some tough tears, do that. If you don't have time to finish a series and you just want to watch a movie, Wolf Children is pretty popular. People probably seen it. Wolf Children is good. It's just watch a woman make bad decisions. That's the movie.
Did she have wolf babies?
I'm not saying anything else.
She fucking on a wolf.
Y'all shut up.
Fucking wolf babies walking off the vagina.
Just watch it.
All right, we're watching.
And Harutobi no Morie. That's like I think maybe like a 30 or 40 minute movie. It's great. Just watch it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I don't really have social media, so I mean,
You can find her on the blog, homie.
Yeah.
On that Goku's children type shit.
Outside chilling.
Hey, Goten, you ain't eat nothing? Nah, I ain't eat nothing all day. Your mama cooks something?
Let's just go catch a fish out the river.
You too wild for me. You go to school? No, man, fuck that shit. I don't need to do that shit. As long as I know how to throw hands, I'll get money.
He was like, I look more like him than you.
Damn, he said, what I need a degree for when I got these hands?
Oh my God.
Alright, we done, man.
Later, everybody.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Until next time.